I glance around the castle grounds as I skip down the staircase and hurry toward the tall hedges at the back. As I come closer, seeing no way to enter, the hedges begin to shake. The long, thin branches covered in deep green leaves twist and move outward, creating a hidden doorway inside. I don't hesitate. I walk straight through, keeping my nervousness tucked in the back of my mind. 2 steps through the moving archway, a hand reaches outward and grabs my arm, yanking me to the right. My feet catch and I stumble, falling straight into Willem. I put my hands up, catching myself on his broad chest, feeling his muscles tense. His hands grip me around the waist and steady me. For a split second, there is a flutter in my chest, the feeling I get when I am close to Kane. Willem chuckles. "Mortals, you are all clumsy as hell." I clear my throat and get my footing, pushing away from him. My eyes shift up to his and back down as I smooth the front of my dress. Are we free to talk openly here? I follow Willem's eyes back toward the archway, but it is closed.
"Yes, this area was originally created to give privacy to the gods and goddesses when they wished to speak without being heard by everyone else. Even Kane's magic is not strong enough to remove that enchantment."
Clearing my throat, my eyes glance up, realizing that the hedges have completely enclosed the area. I turn from Willem and walk away toward the bench in the center, running my fingers across the warm iron back. I know you've seen that Kane is not the same.
"I have,"
he says sternly. I turn my head toward him, my eyes beating into his. What do you think is happening? He has some sort of plan. Willem's chin clamps down, and I can see him gritting his teeth through the square drawl. He moves toward me, his speed so fast I barely see him coming. He stops just inches from me, and I lean slightly back, stopping myself from gasping. His hand goes to my elbow, and he holds it tightly.
"You need to be careful. You are no longer the center of Kane's focus. In fact, I feel as if we may all just be pawns in some sort of larger game. I don't know what's happening, but I do know that a little mortal like yourself is in even more danger than you originally were."
My lips quiver, and I can feel the pressure of Willem's fingers digging into my skin. His eyes flutter over my face, and I can feel his breath cascade across my skin. I pull my bottom lip between my teeth and divert my eyes, breaking whatever connection is happening. He releases my elbow and takes a step back.
"What can you sense from Kane?"
My eyes shoot up toward him. What would make you think that I can read Kane? Willem keeps a stern look on his face.
"There is no need to lie to me. This is not a time for games. I know that you can read Kane because I was there when that connection was made. When the Nephilim attacked you, and Kane didn't reach you until you were just inches from death, Kane did something. He did something without thought of the repercussions."
My brow furls and I step toward him, my fingers wrapping around the iron back of the bench. What are you talking about? Willem pauses for only a moment and shakes his head.
"You had no soul. The only bit left Kane had to search for, and it wasn't enough to expound on. So he gave you a bit of his own. That is what's called a soul bond. That bond is unbreakable, as you share a soul. You can feel him, and he can feel you."
My mind begins to think about all the times Kane's voice has echoed in my mind. All the times that my emotions, my lust, my connection was so strong, I felt as if I couldn't bear it. And then it dawns on me. If he dies, so do I. Willem nods.
"And vice versa. Now, it's not necessarily a death, but your soul will be gone, and you will be back where you were when the Nephilim had drained you."
A capsule, I whisper. A soulless capsule. If Kane dies, I might as well be dead too. Taking in a deep breath, I let the information settle in and shake my head. Well, it's a really good thing that I never killed him. But now I have to figure out what's happening, protect him and myself. If something happens to one of us, it happens to both.